Hi, my name is Israel Vasquitelli, and welcome to The Turntable, a roundtable discussion featuring entertainment and music business grads, artists, and anyone with a vested interest in the music business. And today we have some amazing panelists, including a hip-hop artist that makes positive music from West Palm Beach, and that is Face to Zoe. What's happening? How you doing?
What's going on, world? Face to Zoe live in full effect.
There you
Nice to
go.
be here.
Thank you for joining us. And we have a special treat. We have the co-producer of The Turntable and also a film grad, and that is Mr. Nestor Vera. Thank you so much for coming through.
Well, thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
You got it. You got it. And last but not least, we have Mr. Kevin Keith, a veteran in the hip-hop world, including hosted a radio show back in the 90s for almost a decade, hosting a TV show in New York City for about a decade, and also the current editor of Insomniac Magazine. Thanks so much for coming through.
Thank you, Is.
Awesome. So today we're going to talk about branding. And the reason we're talking about that is that Mr. Face is currently rebranding. So we figured this would be a good opportunity to talk a little bit about some of the things that maybe artists should be looking at and maybe get some insight from different folks. So first things first, if you don't mind, why don't you tell us a little bit about what or who Face is as an artist? Who is Face to Zoe?
What's going on? Face to Zoe is an international artist, originally from West Palm Beach, Florida, migrated to Orlando. Became an artist my senior year of college. Started having a lot of fun. I was known as the party guy, the fun guy, kind of in the streets with street music. But I had a turn in my life. So, I met Christ and God changed my life, and now my music is more to inspire, more to influence, more to help. So that's where I'm at with it right now.
Indeed. And I know you guys have worked together before on some projects. If you don't mind talking a little bit about that, and since you have more insight from a different perspective, talk a little bit about what you see as Face's previous brand, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit about how you're looking to change that.
Right. So I came in, I was actually mentoring the engineer that actually was working, engineer, producer, and artist, known as Young Major. And he basically introduced me and Face during one particular project called Pool Party. I heard that and I said, that is a summer anthem. That is definitely a summer anthem. We got to create a music video. We got to get it all, I just knew what I knew from, I wasn't part of the 3300 because, from transitioning, from learning how you have to do the steps of doing that, they were just rapping about the lifestyle that they were experiencing at the moment, the spring break lifestyle, the college.
It's a lot of fun and partying.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
And from that, Face really didn't curse much. He did his cursing, and then from the transition that he made into now, because that was the one thing I was talking to you about. I told you guys was going to kill you guys for that song, is that they never made a radio-friendly version. And I remember back in the 90s, there was always, you had to have a radio-friendly. Even though you could be explicit as you want, you just needed to have.
Let me tell you something. One of the worst, and you feel free to chime in, Kevin, because we both have a long history on radio. One of the worst things that could happen is for you to get a record that says clean, or the music that says clean version, and then you hit play, and it's just
barrage of curses flying out.
Exactly. And sometimes it's not that they don't have a clean version. Sometimes it's that they put it on the wrong side or they label it wrong. So yes, clean version's always a good thing if you're trying to get radio play. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing is that I it was funny because I remember the engineer telling me, he's like, how I had to wrangle these guys to get in here to do this one record, trying to get them to come back and do a clean version is going to be almost virtually impossible. But so we rode with it, and actually because of that song, Face got to actually tour internationally for it. And
nice.
It did very, very well international. And like I said, it's like he just kept on this, and then we fell out of touch for about a year, I think it was, maybe a little bit more.
A little bit more than a year.
And then because the artist, the producer, artist that I was working with, Mystical Cut, that was on the show previously, he actually touched base with Face, and when he came into town, we got together because of him. And when he told me what he was doing and the new music that he was putting out, and he was showing me, and I was just like, wow, that's like a drastic change from what you used to be. But the thing is that you're in a lane that's very, very narrow. Like, not a lot of artists are doing what you're doing. So stay that route, because you are great as an artist, but this is going to make you, what's going to make you different.